going to take you with us this morning to do our chores, and we're going to show you a new animal that we have here on the homestead. So I will be sharing that with you, and hopefully that is fun for you. So it's a beautiful day in January, believe it or not, in Nebraska, and we're walking over to the barn. This is the cow that I milk. So she's a Jersey, full-blood Jersey. This is Tulip. So we gotta let her out, and she's gonna come to the barn with us. Milk parlor. You want to get her grain? Garrett, wait.
Okay. Good. Okay. Oh, what?
Riata's inside the grain bin scooping because the level of the grain is a little low.
Hello.
There she is.
Okay, Riata, you're gonna need to scoop about half. Yep. It's pretty fun.
That's pretty fun, Garrett.
A little more. That's good. Here you go. Yes, sweetie, we
Okay.
want to scoop grain. Now everybody wants to. Next bucket.
Yeah.
Next bucket.
Okay, next.
Bucket. We need
Let's get Taylor's grain.
full. We need a full and a half next. Okay, this is the full. We need 2 3/4.
Yeah, 2 3/4.
I don't want more.
The new animal on the homestead is a whole bunch of goats. My husband has wanted goats for a while now, so that's what we're adding to the homestead for 2026. These are the little doelings. They'll be mamas next year, and so we're just getting them tamed down, getting them used to coming to grain, which is kind of a trick. And then we'll give some grain to the big bunch. So we'll be kidding in May, so we'll be sharing with you lots of fun pictures, video of all the baby goats. There's nothing as cute as a baby goat. We're gonna use these for grazing weeds and raise them and sell them for meat. Oh, Garrett, come here. Garrett, okay. Stay back so that they tame down. Got Wade here in my coat in the wrap. He's sleeping. This is the only time you get to nap through chores, is when you're little. Next project is graining the replacement heifers. These will be the mamas that we will breed in the summer and they will have calves next spring of 2027. Sometimes they like to run you over, so. There's Annie. She's my Jersey milk cow heifer, and we will breed her in the summer, and she will be our new milk cow starting next spring as well, and we'll show you how we break her to milk. And then Cooper's getting the grain for brown steer, we call him. He's a longhorn steer, and we're feeding him out with grain. For our fat steer, he's gonna be harvested in a couple of months. So he gets a mixture of grain and hay. It's a blessing to be able to raise our own beef here on the homestead. It saves a lot of money, and it's a lot healthier as well. And these are a couple colts, a couple halflinger colts that we intend to work with at some point, teach them how to drive, maybe even how to ride. So they get a little bit of hay. We'll show you that. So these little bunks for the goats work really well because all we have to do is step on them and it dumps any of the dirt or manure out of them. We're still kind of working on the barn, so we've got boards here and there. It's kind of an ongoing project. Everybody fights over the goat chores because they're a new chore. I'm sure the new will wear off eventually. That's Little Bit that just came in. She's tame.
Yeah, she's right. That's right, Mom. You go listen.
We want them used to coming in the barn. That's why we're graining them in the barn. So when it comes kidding time, we'll be able to get them in and they'll be used to the barn. 75 head?
Yeah. We counted them yesterday.
Okay.
We counted when they go out.
You count them when they leave,
Yep.
just like Jesus counted so that he knows if he loses a sheep. We count the goats. Okay.
There's the fat nanny over there. That bunk.
The fat nanny?
Yeah, we call her the fat nanny. There's one in here we call her the
See, they're getting ready at the other end for sorting.
Oh yeah, they're gonna count them out, so they shut the door down part way, don't they? Otherwise, they all mob the gate at one time.
And then you can't count them. See, this is little gray right here. This one.
This is Little Gray? Okay.
If I had a handful of grain right now, she would come and eat it. This one, I've never got her to eat out of my hand. A little bit, not quite sure. I'll bring a little bit.
Nothing like a billy goat to mess it all up. Gotta watch him because he'll whop you. Okay, that's enough, Riata. Okay, Cooper's gonna count. Math class. Don't push him out too fast. Riata, get rid of your bucket.
I know, they're pretty.
Well, get rid of your bucket, honey.
There's a little bit of grain in it. She's having them.
Right.
That one will bite her finger, so watch her. I know her. Know her well.
They're
This
so
is
much
Little
different than
Bit, and
cattle.
then there's Little Bit's twin.
Oh, Little Bit has a twin?
Yeah. That looks exactly like her.
Oh.
She's been out the door.
They're so much different than cattle. They just move so different. They're kind of funny.
No, Little Bit's twin. Rihanna, Little Bit's twin is the one that bites your finger. Little Bit's twin is right here in the bucket.
Oh, okay.
Hey, get out of it. We need to bring
Riata, help push the rest out.
We need to bring some down out of the Cooper. Okay.
Go slow. He's got to try to count. Easy.
Got these three in that one. Oh, geez, it broke the nail up there. And we got 3 up here.
And then it's time for rabbit chores. We've got the rabbit in the barn for winter because when it's cold and snowy, that way she doesn't have to be out in the snow. Not that rabbits really care, but.
Happy birthday.
And today's her birthday. How old is she?
1.
She's 1 year old today. What's her name? Fufu.
Hey,
Fufu the bunny.
are you going to come out, baby bunny? She is big.
Yeah, she is a big bunny, isn't she?
Come on.
Come on, Fufu.
Are you coming out?
Oh, she doesn't need the ramp.
No. She doesn't. She does need it for getting
Move over, Garrett.
She's a professional jumper.
A professional jumper. So what do you have to do for your rabbit chores?
Today I need to clean out her pen in here. I have hay in here and it's getting kind of nasty, so I need to clean it out. And then I have to switch her. I have her some salt wheels in here.
Okay, I can't hear you. You got to talk. Look at me. You have what?
I have her some salt wheels. And I got to change some salt wheels.
Change the salt wheels and then feed her what? Her pellets?
Yep.
And get her
Make sure she has enough feed.
And get her some water? Okay. Sounds good. Happy birthday, Fufu.
Happy birthday. Don't let her out on her
Don't let her out. And are you going to take her for a walk?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Taylor pitches hay to the colts. Chores are such a blessing for kids. It really builds good character. They do a good job. Riata's getting some hay for brown steer. That's probably enough. He already has some left. We got to get those little dolings tamed down. They're a little wild. Like fresh weaned calves. A little wild. All in good time. Kids are great for taming stuff down because they move more than we do. You gonna go feed calves? Okay. The kids are pitching hay then to the calves. And that's pretty much what chores look like right now at our house. You're going to help, Garrett?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look my big stack.
Oh. so while I'm milking, thought we'd chat a little more about homestead goals and the new year. And I like to set goals at the beginning of the year, but I always try to be really realistic about what is possible. And so our goals for this year are nothing crazy. It's just really to keep the plates spinning that we already have spinning, and that's quite a few. So taking care of the cattle, of course the milking, and the goats is, a new thing that we've added. So we've been building some freestanding panels. My husband knows how to weld very well. And so we have been building, him and my son have been building freestanding panels with like mesh wire, so they won't get out. So we can move those around different places that we will have them grazing weeds in the summer. So we leased some property for our beef cattle, and we're also planning to graze the goats out there because there's quite a bit of weeds. And a lot of people spray weeds. Well, that's not really good for the ground, and it costs a lot of money. So if we can graze those weeds and turn that into goat meat that then we can, sell. There's no sale barns real close to us that sell goats, but 3 or 4 hours away there is. So if we get a big trailer load of goats, we can, revenue those weeds instead of having to pay money to spray them. So that's a goal that we have, something that we're figuring out. And of course, we'll be kitting the goats out in May. This year it'll be May. We might do it earlier next year, we'll just see. But that'll be really fun for the kids, and again, something new to figure out. We've spent a lifetime taking care of cattle and horses and all the big ranch animals, but it will be kind of fun to figure out the kitting, no kidding. So that's a goal that we have. And then for me personally, it's just continuing to share with you how you can be more efficient in learning homesteading, right? Developing those skills. Skills is something that nobody can take away from you. So the sourdough, the bread making, the gardening, right? I'd like to do more, sharing with you more on the garden. It comes very naturally to me, but sometimes I need to be intentional about thinking about things that might not come as naturally to others and how I can make that easier for them, right? Like how can I break down the barriers that they might have for growing their own food and help them to be successful at canning and preserving and cooking it to help people be more self-sufficient. So that's a goal I have, and of course a business goal that I'm working on. And I also plan to grow our garden again. We grow about a ½ acre, including our orchard. And I plan to sell the extra produce at our farmer's market in town. So I just do a little pop-up farmer's market on the day that works for me. So that's a pretty intense season in the summer. So it's good income, and it's really fun to connect with the people, right? The same people that come back to your stand every week. It's just incredible. But it's a very intense season, especially with all the kids and all the things. So just kind of gearing up, preparing for that. Of course, last year we didn't really get to do that because of the hail. So hopefully we can do that more successfully this year. Last year I feel like I put all the work into the garden and I didn't really get anything out of it. And so I'm really hoping this year that I get something out of it, And of course, canning, there will be quite a bit of canning to do because we will have eaten out of our homestead pantry for about 2 years. And so there will still be some things left, but there will be some things that definitely need to be canned. So praying for a good year in the garden. We're also going to do our 2nd year of a CSA. So that, for those of you that are not familiar with the CSA, it stands for Community Supported Agriculture. And what we do is we sell a produce box. So we offer that for people in our local community. We ask them to pay part up front, and that helps us with some of the costs of the seed. And if we need to hire any help to help us, planting. And so we will be offering our CSA produce boxes. Last year we did a 12-week CSA, and we'll probably do at least a 12-week CSA again this year, and so I'll be gearing up for that. I really enjoyed the CSA last year. I did not get to connect with the customers as much because I just dropped the boxes off at a specified location and then people came and picked them up. So I didn't really get the community and customer interaction with those people, but I did enjoy just being able to pack the boxes, take them to town and drop them off, right? And come home and continue weeding or making sourdough or doing the laundry, sweeping the floor, right? Dishes, all the things. So that was a blessing to just be able to take it in and drop it off instead of going to town and sitting there and selling it for 4 hours, you know, like I typically do at farmers markets. So CSA, farmers market, the goats, and then just, you know, like I said, all the things that we have going. I'd like to put a little kitchen garden in close to my house, so some raised beds, and work on growing a few things in a small scale space so that I can share with you more about that, because I know some of you only have access to a small space for growing. So I would like to do that. I'd like to have some of my herbs close to my kitchen door and not in the regular garden where they're going to get tilled up every year. And so that's something that I'd like to do. And yeah, just improving on the things that we're already doing. We'd like to put a meat room in at some point. I don't know if we'll get to all of that this year, but we want a spot in our outdoor lean-to out connected to our shop where we can, you know, process our own meat and process the milk, kind of an outdoor room. So that's something that we'd like to get done. Again, you know, it takes a long time to build a homestead. We've been working on this place for about 10 years. It takes a long time. So we'll see how far we get this year. So those are things that we plan to continue working on, and we'll just see how the year goes and how the Lord provides. Let me know in the comments below what your homestead goals are for this coming year. What things are you working on learning? Maybe you're just in a suburb, you have your backyard, you're gonna start gardening. Maybe you're learning sourdough. Maybe you're getting chickens for the first time, or maybe you're, you know, developing a piece of ground in the country and building a house and picking out a spot for a garden and, you know, drilling the well and all those kinds of things. Wherever you're at on your self-sufficiency goals, drop a note in the comments below and tell me what you're working on. I'd be really interested to know what your goals are for the year and find ways that I maybe could help you. And it's just fun to get to know my followers better, right? To get to know who's in this community and where you're at and the things that you're working on. So anyway, I hope this video was inspiring to you and entertaining as well. And I'll see you in the next video.